Who would have thunk that this kid right here, Marshall Bruce Mathers III, born in 1972, would go on to be one of the greatest hip-hop artists of all time, arguably the GOAT. We're going to talk about it today. If you're new here, my name is Anthony.
And I'm Paloma.
And we are The Cottons. And this is the Legends Only podcast where we discuss musical legends and the impact that they had on the world and our hearts. Now today, we're going to be talking about Eminem, and what you can expect out of this episode is we're going to talk a little bit about our personal connection to Eminem. And then we took to the internet to see what the people say, why they think that he's the GOAT. So we're going to talk about that, read you some comments, and then we're going to leave you with a little motivation, because there's no point of looking at Eminem's greatness without thinking about your greatness. So that's what we're going to do. Let's get into it.
All right, before we get all deep into this, babe, what was the first Eminem song you heard, and what was your first memory of him?
First Eminem song I heard was probably Will This Real Slim Shady Please Stand Up. But I think that's the first thing that I heard about him. And my first memory is, my bum is on your lips. My bum is on your lips. And if you like it, you can give it a little kiss. And I think in the video, I think it might have been his real butt was really on somebody's lips. I gotta go back and watch it, but that's for sure the first memory I have of Eminem. What about you?
Yeah, it's for sure. Cause I'm Slim Shady, yes, I'm the real Shady, and all you other Slim Shadys. Okay, I gotta stop because I am not a rapper. But one of the main memories I have is I think he performed at the MTV Awards. And he had like 100 Slim Shadys walking with him through the entire stadium or whatever. Have you seen that performance?
I think I have. That's not where I thought you were gonna go though. I thought you were gonna talk about the one where he climbed. I think he climbed on top of the set and was saying he was gonna jump off. I could be making that up.
He has some memorable stuff.
So while we're on that note, drop some Eminem performance recommendations in the comments, because I feel like it could get real interesting real quick.
For sure.
But you said there was a bunch of Stans or Eminems or whatever.
Slim Shadys. They were all dressed. I think they were all dressed like him. And yeah, they all looked like him. And I was like 9 or 10, and I remember thinking this is time. So yes, that's when I became familiar with Eminem, and at a really young age.
Dang. And we're going to keep it conversational in the comments. This isn't live, but in the comments, let us know your first memory of Eminem. First song that you've heard. Yeah, let us know in the comments. Let's keep the conversation going. We'll be replying to your comments. Now, in that same vein, why do you like Eminem, babe? What is it about Eminem that stands out to you before we get to the comments?
All right, yeah. So Eminem's actually my favorite rapper. I love Eminem since I was a kid. I really loved him. There's a few reasons. One, he's a lyricist. All the stuff he raps about, the way he uses his words, it's just so unique, so cool. He's also just pleasant to listen to.
Is that true?
But just I like how he sounds. It's weird, or maybe it's not. But there's certain rappers, I won't mention any names, but that might be good lyricists or are considered great rappers, but my ears just don't like listening to them.
Their voice,
yeah.
Actual voice.
Their actual voice, yeah.
Got you.
And then I just really admire his story. He is the ultimate underdog, and he didn't let anybody or anything stop him. He just kept going to reach his dreams.
Yeah.
And he has so much to fight for, so.
Yeah, he is the ultimate underdog. That is very true.
Yeah, why do you like him?
I think, first of all, I've always known Eminem. I've heard the big singles and different things here and there, but I'm not gonna act like I've been a super Eminem fan. I'm just now going back, taking a deep dive. I want to listen to each album in its entirety. But what I do love about Eminem, from what I know now, is I really connect to music that is true, right? When people are really talking about what they're going through, what they're feeling, you walk away dang, I understand this person more. I get how they think more, even if you don't agree or whatever. You're I understand this person more. And Eminem is the
king of that.
Yeah, the king of telling you I am what just from in my closet. I don't know what it's actually called, but I am whatever you say I am. And if I wasn't, he just you just walk away feeling dang,
I know him.
And I know some deep sad, dark stuff, but I know him more. So that's what I really appreciate about his music. Is it's true. I'm not afraid. I mean, the list goes on. It's just truth in motion, and that's what I like about Eminem. Now, we took to the internet, right? Because we didn't want to read the blogs. We didn't want to go to Billboard.com to figure out why Eminem was the GOAT. But we were wondering, not to discredit him. Obviously, we know he's amazing. But we're like, why is he considered the GOAT? What about him specifically stands out? So we took to the internet, and we have some real life comments to read to you. Now, as you can see on the screen right now, there was tons and tons of comments.
Great comments.
Shout out to all of you. Your comments are on the screen. Now let's highlight 2.
All right, so these are a little long, so just bear with me because they're really good. So T Jr. says, Eminem is my favorite artist of all time. I think we stans are really drawn to him.
Time out. His fans are called stans. I don't know if I want to. I'm a fan. I don't know if I want to be a stan. I don't know but I guess I'm a stan. Okay. Sorry, back to the video.
I think we stans are really drawn to him because of what he's able to convey in his music. He has music for everyone. If you're sad, Eminem's got it. If you're depressed, he has a song about it. If you need motivation or want to go work out, he has it. If you are looking for funny, he has it. He has music for different people who are going through different things. This is why he has a huge following. Also, his wordplay is just crazy. Nobody puts words together like Eminem. He will make them rhyme. I never seen someone bend words that's not supposed to rhyme, and they still rhyme. So Eminem has it all: lyrics, storytelling, cadence, rhymes, double and triple entendres. He has it all.
Before we move on, let's talk about that for a second. There's a lot that you said in here, T Jr., that was amazing. What I think is crazy is that you said that he has different music for anything that you could be going, basically, right? For anything someone's going through. If you're depressed, if you're happy, if you want to have fun, if you want to laugh. That's crazy because, like, literally, I was thinking about this yesterday, and I am going to say names. So I was watching the Kanye Donda 2 performance, and Pusha T came out, and Pusha T is cold. Pusha T can rap, but Pusha T is still talking about selling drugs, having kilos in the trunk, shooting people. I'm like, bro, you're 47. You are not doing any of that anymore. I'm not saying that you didn't do it at one point in time, but you don't have kilos in you're a million. You got kilos of healthy food and money, but you don't have kilos of drugs in your trunk. That's not true. So, all that to say, like, some rappers are just kind of telling the same story over and over and over again. And, like, every time they do a verse, you're like, here goes a rap about shooting somebody. Here goes a rap about popping pills, Future. Like, you know, it's the same thing over and over again. So I think that's dope to have that level of versatility where literally it could be anything. You don't know what you're going to expect. You do not know what you're going to expect from him. All right.
Facts. All right. So Jack Castro says, the man is a true genius. He reinvents himself like a true renaissance. His rap utility belt is fully loaded. Rhyme schemes, lyricism, storytelling, modesty, boastfulness, tragic, redemption. Then he can speed rap, sing, produce the same beats, and he's not afraid, no pun intended, to be creative and try different things.
That's real. And that's something that shocked me as of recent too, was his singing voice. Like on Not Afraid, I've heard Not Afraid, but I really listened to it a lot more recently, and I'm like, oh, he sounds good on the chorus.
Yeah, he does.
Like, it's not like, you know, like
Luther Vandross.
Yeah, but like you said, like kind of to your point, it's a very pleasant sound.
Yeah,
pleasant sound
to listen to.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, and a lot of people said in the comments too that people just relate to him on a personal level. Yeah. Like his life, his story. You know, he's very vulnerable and shares really hard and dark stuff. And I think a lot of people can relate to that and just really look up to him and are able to just get some sense of like, I'm not alone in this. And like you said, you know, he talks very personal about his life, unlike some rappers who are it's just so generic. Drugs, booty, this, that's just so generic. Like, you can't relate and connect to people, but because he's so vulnerable and so personal, people really, really connect to him.
That's real. That's real. So those are some of the reasons that people say Eminem is the GOAT. They say it's his lyricism, his connection ability, his production, his realness, his rhyme schemes, bending words. And that's not to even mention, like, sales, like over 200 million album sales. And he was selling albums not when people could listen to it as many times as they wanted to on their phone without doing anything. He was selling albums when people had to get up, get in the car, drive, go buy it from Target, wait in line. Like, he was selling albums. Physical albums by the millions, not to mention 15 Grammy Awards, an Oscar, countless billboards, people, like all
tons
that.
Tons of awards, tons of records, all kinds of stuff.
So besides the like statistics and things of that nature, it sounds like people consider him the GOAT because of his music writing ability, his word writing ability, his connection ability, and a plethora of things. So this conversation is not over. If you haven't answered that question, please let us know in the comments why you consider the Eminem the GOAT. We want to hear from you. We want to keep this conversation going. And lastly, let's end with a random motivational tip of the day, because it doesn't make sense to admire Eminem's greatness and not think about your own. So what can you become the GOAT at? Now, don't be intimidated when I say GOAT. I don't mean you literally have to be the greatest in the world. But what is that gift that you have? What is that talent, that natural skill that you have that you can take to the highest level that you can take it to? It could be cooking. It could be writing. It could be loving on people. I don't know. Like, it can be something huge. It can be something that you consider small, but take it to the maximum level. Don't live a life where you only live to 10, 12% of your potential. Take your potential to the highest level. Be the GOAT in your own eyes. That's the random motivational tip of the day. This is the Legends Only Podcast, and we're going to be back with some more heat. We'll end this video the way we start all of our videos by reminding you that you are born to be great.
So act like it.
We out.